So I'm looking to drive from Lumberton to Key West, and so I use handy dandy Google Maps and find out that it's 865 miles. And I was about to get out my calculator and I was like, oh, wait a minute. I could use Python for this. So I decided to start a little program and I got this far. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll write a little, record a little screencast on how I do this and see if I get in any problems. So I started by just sort of, typical math word problem like, what do I need? I need point A and point B, and then I need gas, the price of gas per gallon. And I could just put this in of gas per gallon. And, my car's mileage, which I just got a new car, and it gets 25 miles per gallon. And then the distance. And this I could maybe figure out with some type of Google Map API, which might be kind of cool. Anyway, so I was like, wait a minute, I don't really need to determine the so moving right along. So I'm like, okay, what are my functions? So I did this get distance, which takes point A and point B and returns the distance between them. And this may be, this is where this goes right here, actually. So we maybe figured this all out with the Google API, and we'll stick it right down in here. And then I was working on these raw inputs, and I'll do that and then come back to you. Okay, so I know that I didn't need to create these empty strings, these variables and set them to the empty string. I could have just done it down here. I just did this just by way of my thinking. So then I set the variables equal to the input. So I got the 3 different variables that we're going to use. And then I made a calc trip gals, and I added in the distance and mile gal variable, which I guess should really be MPGs. Quick point here. Should you just use A and B and then do this, or use the readable, understandable? I went with this so that it was a little bit longer to write, but a little more understandable. So divide the total trip distance by the miles per gallon to get the number of gallons that you'll use. Distance divided by miles per gallon, and return the trip gal. And then next I'll work on calc trip cost. And I'll take the number of gallons and multiply it by the price per gallon. Okay, so calculating the trip costs, I got trip gallons and the price per gallon, which that's not gas gallon. So as you write these, you kind of say, okay, that's not a good name for that. And this trip cost should really be gas costs. I could fix that, but I won't. And then it's just the total number of gallons times the price per gallon, and that should give you the trip cost. Okay, so now printing out the statements, calc trip gals, and then I'm giving it distance and gal, and calling all these things out and printing it out. Let's see if it works. We'll save it up here on the desktop. Trip. F5 to get it to run. Here we go. Check this out. Because I set it to the empty string, I think it's giving bad error. I'm going to comment all this out and try again. Okay, I'm going to change them to integers here before I do the calculations. So here, and here, there's 4 integers. And it's running. This should work. 350, 25, 555. Whoa. So this was a scope issue, I think, that this trip gals, I'm going to try to call the function before I print it. Well, we've gotten to the end. I can't figure out how to get this out. So we'll see you next time. Bye.